Greetings and welcome back, everybody. We have another session today on so I want to say Satan's agenda, but it's the science agenda, and they are interrelated. And Michael's done a great deal of research and putting together this script for us, and he has some things that are very important for us to learn in these modern times, and they're not so easy either, are they? Because we are promoted into this grand system of what should we call it, education, and we have the arts and sciences that we have been taught since we were wee little children by our parents and then our school systems. So Michael, welcome. And I was going to say the science being the new religion script, Michael's probably been laboring on for many months now. So welcome, Michael.
Yeah, welcome, Brett. Thanks for having me. Thanks for all the listeners out there who are bearing and having a hard time with my American school English, or my German school English, actually, trying to pretend that it's improving. I don't know. The problem is that if you don't use it on a daily basis, you just are lost for words sometimes. Nevertheless, we are in session 13, which is the third part, and I hope the last part on sacred prostitution. What's it all about? Because in the first part, we spoke about and learned about the cult of the old Babylonian, Mesopotamian, Sumerian, etc., the cult of the female fertility goddess, and it's called Ishtar, Astarte, Inanna, etc., 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 and in the second part, we learned that famous artists like Kylie Minogue and ABBA therefore have their share in it. And now I think it's the solution now why I went into on that path, because it's been, I think, highly underestimated. Not only that we are living in a so-called gender corrective or political correctness with the gender agenda everywhere, but you see that I have a big suspicion that it has something to do with the old rite. So there's nothing new under the sun, Brett, and therefore let's find out what's what. Because in the Bible we are also using everyday terms, I think, where we do not think about why we are using them or why it has been stated in the Bible, why they have named. Where are the names actually coming from? What's what? What's what? We know what the meaning of Eve is. We know what the meaning of Adam is. But we are just familiar with things and we do not question them. And let's start to go into that path. This is session 13. And my my question is here, the whore and the bride. These are two simple words you come across frequently in the Bible, right? But what is the difference and what is meant, and are there different levels of understanding? So is there also a deeper esoteric, if you like to say it so, or a deeper religious meaning behind it? If you read the Bible like a regular book, you see that, oh, it's interesting and this sums up and this is correct and this is backing this up and there is no contradiction. But could there be also a different, deeper meaning in it? And this is session 13 about the whore and the bride. Let's face it, we are speaking about idolatry once again. All these female goddesses or pagan goddesses in general are a violation of the second commandment. You should not have any images, or you should not, we can quote it also. Exodus chapter 20, you don't have to go from memory. Yeah, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likenesses of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Yeah, and thou shalt have no other gods before me. So no Aphrodite, no Ishtar, no Astarte, etc., etc., etc.
Absolutely right, Michael.
Yeah. And now imagine that, Brad. You see that the 10 Commandments were based upon the after the Israelites fled out of the bondage of Egypt, correct?
Correct.
But they were also in bondage in Babylon, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so then let's face the fact. These are the 10 commandments which say that you shall only bow down to one God, which is the God of the Bible, the Creator God, the Almighty God. And all this idolatry actually is not also a violation of the second, but first and foremost, the violation of the first commandment. Yeah, you see Mammon worship here from the British Encyclopedia. What was it, the 9th issue, Brett? Was it the 9th or what is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. The 9th edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica, yes.
Okay, so the Mammon worship. What means the Mammon worship? The Mammon worship means something you can see, yeah, like the golden calf. Afterwards, or actually,
money worship, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because you see that at the time when Moses received the 10 commandments, at the very same time, the Israelites who could not wait, wanted to have something to look at, they built a golden calf. So even at the same time when God was approaching Moses and handed him over the 10 commandments, at the same time, if you like to say so, the Satan spirit moved and forced the Israelites who were not into the real belief to erect an idol. And that is interesting because you see, this is the first commandment which orders people that they should have no other gods. And this is the very thing that the Israelites did when they were waiting for Moses to reappear. And this is a combination of the first and second commandment. Yeah, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them nor serve them. You see that it has anything to do with the first 2 commandments of the Exodus chapter 20. And now that we know that Mammon worship means, Mammon is also a god. Yeah, we can use the e-sword. I think that would be the easiest choice to use the e-sword, Brett. Let's go down that path. Mammon usually means something of wealth, something of importance, something you can see. Yeah, let's try and see if you can find Mammon in the Bible. Mammon. What's Mammon? No, not Wikipedia. Wikipedia in English. So Mammon in the New Testament of the Bible is commonly thought to mean money, material wealth, that an entity that promises wealth. Yeah, so this is Satan. Huh? Satan promises Jesus. Yeah, and Jesus said that you cannot serve both God and Mammon. Yeah, you cannot serve spiritually and physically at the same time. Mammon means something spiritual, money, material wealth. Yeah, so this is physical worship. You worship money, you worship wealth. Yeah, you worship something you can lay your hands on. The Gospel of Matthew and the Gospel of Luke. Yeah? Okay, let's try King James Bible, Mammon. Okay, for instance, Matthew. You cannot serve God and Mammon. You cannot serve God and nor Mammon and Mammon. Yeah? So Mammon means money in Hebrew. Yeah? Okay, so let's get back to the topic. Yeah. In the German magazine, the Spiegel, which means the mirror, it's been said this is a riddle of the holy prostitutes. Yeah. There are legends in Jerusalem that there were temple sects in the service of Aphrodite. Yeah, in Jerusalem. In Jerusalem, the service in the service of Aphrodite. Yeah, you see that Aphrodite is just a Greek version of Ishtar, Astarte. Yeah, you see, they are trying to seduce you into believing that everything is originated in Greece, which it isn't. Okay, so these are just some pictures. And people said that also this happened in Pompeii. Pompeii, you know, life in Pompeii, from Pink Floyd, in Pompeii there were several temples also of Diana. Diana is the goddess of hunt, which is also a part of of Aphrodite in Greece. And Pompeii was being destroyed by a volcano. I think it was 80 after Christ or something like that. And if you like to go down that path, then you should watch our 1 hour video about Pink Floyd in Pompeii. Pompeii was a city of temples, of at least 10 temples. And there were Sodom and Gomorrah there, something like that, okay? So these things of Aphrodite sculptures, temple sex, is in a lexicon of theology and church, was like a illness at the body of the of mankind, or of the countries. So, and the historian named Herodot means it was very much common in Babylon that there were just more hungers or whoremongery and whores in the Ishtar temple. Yeah, this I have to retranslate it into English. Okay. So nowadays it has been it's been under negotiation, or has been denied that there was some kind of temple prostitution. But let's look at it from a biblical perspective. Okay. Yeah. I searched the word whore in the 1611 King James Bible, and it was being the result was it appears in 52 instances. 52. 52. Even the first one appeared in Genesis 38. Yeah? Tamar, thy daughter-in-law hath played the harlot, and also behold, she is with child by whoredom. Even here we have harlot and whore. Okay? And in Leviticus, so the rules for the priestly class, yeah, it's been says, do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her not to be a whore. Interesting, huh? Whore means wickedness. To be a whore means to be wicked. And it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on in the Bible. And then we realize that in the end of it all, the end of the Bible, we know that there is a prominent statement about a whore in Revelation. Would you like to read that?
Please, please.
Yeah.
And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying, Come unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore, that sitteth upon many waters.
Okay, so a man or a woman cannot sit upon many waters.
No, that's true.
So we have to
is in a spiritual connotation, yeah?
Yeah, so really, yeah, that's the point. Yeah, you see that we have it both ways in the Bible. We have it as a physical thing, and we have it as a spiritual thing. And in the Revelation, it has been mentioned, and it has been meant as a spiritual thing. Yeah, it is backed up the second time in Revelation 17:15.
And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
So by that we know that the waters means nations, a multitude of peoples. So now we know.
And languages.
Now we know by reading the verse 17:15 is like an explanation what has been meant in the first verse of the chapter 17. So that it has not to be taken word by word, but it has to be explained in a spiritual way. It has to be explained, it has a several meaning. So we now know that in Revelation the whore means somebody who is poisoning peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues. Okay? Didn't Jesus Christ said it's not what is coming in your mouth, which is
defiling the man. It's what goes out.
It goes out. Okay,
Goes out of the mouth of the man.
Good out of the mouth.
What
yeah,
defiles the man? It's not what goes into the mouth. That's correct.
Yeah, and you speak by using your tongue.
Yes.
Okay, so there must be something which sits in many nations, yeah, and multitudes, and uses many tongues. Must be something who, deceives the people. And we get also more information. 17:16.
Sorry, Michael. Yeah, I had my mic muted here.
Oh.
Revelation 17:16 reads, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire."
So once again, yeah, the whore is in 17:16 shall make her desolate and naked. She's not naked. Shall make her, yeah, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. You see that shall, the whore has been hidden under a disguise or clothing, huh? So once again, they shall hate the whore, but it cannot be one girl, one woman, one person, yeah, because she, the whore, is sitting upon many waters. We are in the same chapter here. Okay. So then in Revelation 19:2, yeah, it's been here's an extension also, because it's not mentioned the whore, but it's mentioning the great whore.
Yeah, and I can read that quick, Michael. Revelation 19:2, it reads, "For true and righteous are his judgments, for he hath judged the great whore, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication," that is spiritual fornication, "and hath avenged the blood of his servants at her hand."
So now the whore became the great whore, because she did corrupt the earth. So the entire earth with her fornication. And we know that as the great whore cannot be a person, it must be some institution, for example. Yeah. Then we go to the second to last chapter of the Bible, in chapter 21.
Yes, in Revelation 21, verse 8, it reads, "But fearful and unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars, which have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death."
Here we have the followers of the whore, of the great whore, as I understand it. Yeah, so the followers of the whore are the whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars. So the whoremongers are the people who are following the great whore.
Yeah, lying is a really, really seriously bad corruption in of itself, because from the time I was a child, I can witness that I was a liar, and I was taught by the little voice from inside the self, and that's why the heart is deceitful and wicked, and above all things, who can know it? It says in the book of Jeremiah, "I, the Lord, he is the one that knows the heart. He's the one whom we must confess our sin to, because he's the only one that can set us right again." That's why.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
Revelation 22,
Mm-hmm.
I can read this. Verse 15, for without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers, murderers and idolaters, and whosoever and maketh a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got something about lies, Michael. It's we're born dead in trespasses and sins. Trespasses and sins, excuse me. So we have been born dead into this world. We're not alive in the spiritual sense.
Mm-hmm.
We are dead in the spiritual sense. We're born dead in a spiritual sense in this world. The only way we can become alive is to recognize we are sinners and we have fallen short, and that we need to be with our Lord Jesus Christ, who can vouch for us and redeem us from sin, even though we are yet sinners, Michael.
Mm. I found it interesting that when you look into the Bible of the whore, you got both the explanation of a physical and of a spiritual thing. And that came, and so I came into my train of thoughts while I extensively went into the Ishtar, Inanna, Astarte thing. So let's proceed.
Mm-hmm.
What is the whore of Babylon? We know that when we were heading into the first part, so 2 sessions before this, we were heading into the first part of the cult of Inanna, Ishtar, Astarte, etc., etc., etc. They were having temple prostitution there. They were worshipping fertility. They had homosexual services, etc., etc. All these abominations. But in the Bible also speaks specifically at the whore of Babylon. It not only speaks of the whore. So the whore of Babylon on that card here is depicted as a woman drinking out of a cup. And let's now go into the King James Bible. Yeah? If I type in here, Babylon, okay, 265 instances. We only are interested in what has been written into the book of Revelation here. So this is the last part. So Revelation 14, 16, 17, 18, 18, 10, 18, 21. Yeah? So Revelation 17:5.
Mm-hmm. Revelation 17:5 reads, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
Mm-hmm. So we know that the pagan goddesses of fertility were famously been worshipped in Babylon. Okay? And now here Babylon has been mentioned in Revelation as it would exist today. And I think all of us know that the modern Babylon is Rome. Yeah? We know that. So we know that Rome continues to be the cult which was starting at the first civilizations of the earth. So images and idols, not surprisingly, because there are 2 seeds in the Bible. 3:15, Genesis 3:15. Okay. So if we look up the term whore of Babylon. Sorry for that. Whore of Babylon. Yeah. It's been said that is a biblical allegory for the opponents of the keeper of the faith in general and the Roman kingdom explicitly. Yeah? So it is in the New Testament in the revelation of John 17:18. So what we do with it? You see the whore of Babylon. Yeah. It's been depicted here under that card. Revelation 17:3. It's a phrase, the Whore of Babylon. It's a phrase. It's been commonly known. And I think that is just my estimation. My estimation is that there are no coincidences, Brett. So when the Israelites were in bondage in Babylon, they were worshipping images and idols. And among that is Ishtar, Inanna, Astarte, all the names of the so-called Queen of Heaven. And the Roman Church nowadays also worships the Queen of Heaven, don't they? Mm-hmm. So what I mean by that is that all these ancient worship of images and idols and women like King Solomon with his hundreds of wives, and King Solomon, he was also worshipping female goddesses, is just a trick by Satan to deceive men, M-A-N, males, by using prostitution and deceiving of females, and especially of female prostitutes. So everybody who is prostituting herself by worshipping a pagan idol. So if Kylie Minogue promotes Aphrodite, or ABBA promotes Greek mythology, or Beyonce, you can name them all. They are prostitutes, because they are keeping people away from the faith of God. They're doing spiritual prostitution and also physical prostitutions, because all these singers, actresses, etc., they are being displayed very sexy without much clothes, and in my humble opinion, it all relates down to the sex cult that women think also now in the modern day and age, they think they are more supreme than men because they can give birth. They think they can create life. Eve means the life giver. And I'm not accusing any particular women here. I'm just saying that since old, Satan used women to deceive. The first one is apparently in Genesis 3. By deceiving Eve, because when the Lord God approached Eve and said, "What have thou done?" the Lord God said unto the woman, "What is this that thou hast done?" And the woman said, "The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat." And the man said, "The woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat." So men are not obeying God's commandment, Brett, but they are falling short for the glory of God, because they look upon their lovely wives and say, "Okay, now for the heck of it, or what else, you see that I'm not obeying God, but I like to stay with the women." Isn't that too far-fetched? I hope not.
No, very realistic. That is how it works.
And even Solomon, who was depicted that he built a temple for God, and he was so wise, and he was a ruler of Israel. Even he fell for women, and even he fell down and bowed his knee for pagan goddesses. So this is the downfall of the male part of mankind, that they follow a man or a woman. In that case, they follow a woman, maybe out of mercy, maybe because of lust, maybe because of love, I don't know. But we as males intend to follow the women instead of God. And that's what also was bringing down Solomon. He did evil in the eye of the Lord. We have made the claim in last session, Brad. And why was the woman beguiled by the serpent? What did Eve say? It has been depicted here. And when a woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. So he was with her where the serpent beguiled Eve. He did not say, oh, serpent, no, we have to obey God. No. Adam was too weak. Maybe he was deceived also because of the appearance of the speaking servant. I don't know. We cannot know. Yeah, we do not judge Adam or Eve. We don't know how we would have reacted if we were in their position, Brett.
Well, let's be sure about this. Satan was the one to fall, and in his fall, he went after Eve, and in Eve's fall, man followed suit. So we all have to deal with the consequences of this one angel who was in heaven, who rebelled because he was getting worshipped. He was the chief musician in heaven. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about an egotist. The chief egotist teaches all the other egotists to, guess what? Be more egotistical, because it isn't good enough just to have a few dollars. That's not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many times have we seen this, Michael, in this agenda, the Satan's media agenda?
Yep.
Yeah, they're all in it together, aren't they, Michael?
Yeah, sure, but you see that it's really simple if you really know Genesis chapter 3. That it's all in it. It's all in it. Eve fell to the serpent because it was pleasant to the eyes, the fruit. You see that she could not resist because it looked so lovely. And what do we do as males? We look at the women because she's so lovely. Yeah, the women are also pleasant to our eyes. And people strive to the things who are pleasant to the eyes. Oh, I would like to have that fancy car. Oh, I would like to have that fancy clock. Oh, I would like to have that beautiful woman. Oh, I would like to have this luxury house, etc. We fell for that. We are falling for that. And a tree to be desired to make one wise. So the two decisions Eve had to make, do I obey God or do I obey the serpent, were dependent on two issues. First, the eyes, yeah, something which is beautiful. And the second one, we like to have more knowledge. We like to strive to be wise. So the mammon, yeah, the mammon god, something to have, something beautiful, and also a tree to desire to make one wise. And wise means real knowledge of the gods. People strive. Eve was the first one, then Adam fought. Adam followed her. Eve was the first one who strived to have the knowledge of gods. Because Satan says, in the form of the spirit of the serpent.
Yeah, there you go.
Ye shall be as gods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ye shall be knowing good and evil. And therefore Eve reacted as to make one wise. So she wanted to be as gods, knowing good and evil. And now in that context, that men are following women, which is very common in our society because women are superior. You see women and children first.
Oh, can you say hedonism?
Yeah, sure.
What's
but you see that nowadays women are not the servants of men. It's almost the other way around. Yeah, you have a women quote, you have a gender thing, and you have political correctness and speech. So Satan turns everything around. Yeah, man is not superior to women, especially in terms of spiritual things. No. Yeah, you have to consider women. They are suppressed and everything else. But it's all been stated in this few verses here that people strive to be as gods, knowing good and evil. And Eve fell for that. And Adam fell for Eve. So it's all about that men are falling for things that they would like to have. It was pleasant for the eyes. What is pleasant for the eyes? For a man, a woman, usually. Usually. Woody Allen, a very infamous director who is very infamous for his relationship to girls, had a very famous movie called Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Sex But Were Afraid to Ask. Yeah, this is just a little bit humor here, but what's really the truth behind this is that if, and we are certain because the Bible tells you, if there are whores and whoremongers, because if there were no whoremongers, you see there would be no need for a whore, there would be no job, there would be no money to earn, or to spend, no anything. You see that everything has to do about sex, because you see that when Eve approached, she was the life giver. She was been named after Eve. She was the life giver. So it has everything to do about sex, these ancient cults. It's actually a fertility worship. It's a worship of the female reproduction. Yeah, females as the creator of the world. Yeah, so not by coincidence, it's been called the missionary position. Yeah, so that man is on top of women. And this is also, I go down to the path because that otherwise I would forget it.
Oh, here's that awful word mission coming up
that's
again.
That's why I go into that. Yeah, that's why I go into that. Yeah, so etymology online says that mission comes from mission. Yeah. Sending abroad, originally of Jesuits, from Latin missionem, which means the act of sending, dispatching, release, setting a discharge from service. So it means just, it's originally from Jesuits, it's a mission. Yeah. So a missionary position means that you, that man is on top of women. There is a myth that Lilith was supposed to be the first woman of Adam, but didn't obey because she wanted to lie above. Yeah. This is a myth. Lilith never existed. Actually, Lilith is the same as Inanna, Ishtar, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, but you see that the missionary position would be biblically correct. A coital position in which the female lies on her back with the male on top and with his face opposite hers. What is the advantage of this position? It is the natural, it is a natural position, and both people can look at each other. And now I will hand out some more or less secrets about the occult, how they see it, because you see that in the occult it's love under will. In love under will means that you don't care, you just want to have your own fun, do what thou wilt. Yeah, do what thou wilt. Love under will means you love as I will, I love as I will. Yeah, you have to obey. Yeah, that's where everything is been the result of its own egoism. Okay, so this would be as it was supposed to be, that men are superior to women because in the Bible it spoke, I think it was in Genesis 2, Brett, in Genesis 2. But for Adam, there was not found an help meet for him. A help. Yeah? So, and the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh in the stead of thereof, and the rib which the God had taken from man made he a woman and brought her to the man. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man. That's why she called woman. Therefore, shall a man leave his father and his mother? So he already knew that he would fall for Eve, yeah, and shall cleave unto his wife, and shall be one flesh. So he would say Adam was a prophet here. He said that he will leave his father, and who was the father of Adam, Brad?
Well, that should be obvious.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
our heavenly Father, Michael.
Yeah, surely. Yeah,
not
and
the Pope.
To his wife. that was his
not
prophecy.
The usurper.
Yeah, that was his prophecy. What shall be the outcome when he was falling in love to his wife? Okay. They shall be one flesh. It has not been said they will be one spirit.
Well, you mean to have children, Michael? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
That's
the reason.
The fruit.
Yeah.
The real fruit of it is a child.
Yeah, they shall be one flesh. And out that constellation here with both father and mother, they shall create new life. Physically, they cannot create life spiritually. They are no gods.
And that's maybe why Satan attacks us so wonderfully. And this fact, Michael.
Yeah. And
that's why we have all these sex cults, is to destroy
that's also
the true purpose.
Yeah, and that's also the reason that Jesus Christ backed it up in Matthew 19:5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was repeating Genesis chapter 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's a repetition. That's the exact works. It's a repetition here. Yeah, and repetition in Matthew 19. And repetition in Mark 10. Yeah? And repetition in 1 Corinthians. And repetition in Ephesians. So Jesus and Paul are both backing up Genesis chapter 2. And what does Satan do? Satan is the opponent, the adversary. So he has to do everything in opposition of God. He cannot create life, therefore he likes to destroy life. Yeah? Speaking of abortion, for example. Let's face it.
Oh yeah, that's right, Michael, and people that would support that agenda as well.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, same gender equality, etc., etc. You see, there is even a Bible, a bad girl's Bible. Yeah, so they are mocking the Bible. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Michael. We're speaking in 2021. You know, they just approved the celebration of Juneteenth in our government here in the wicked United States of America. What is that? I'll tell you what, it's Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, sure. It has been stated in the Bible that there will be Sodom and Gomorrah before Jesus Christ returns. So it must be Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, right.
So we should look forward to it. We should see it positive way. We should not mock and say, oh, no. It has been prophesied and the prophecy will fulfill. The New Testament confirms the Old Testament. The New Covenant does it, and people are referring to the Bible. You see very clearly in this strange website called Bad Girls Bible. They are referring to the Bible. It is so obvious. Best sex positions has nothing to do with the heavenly order, does it? Look at this. Yeah, so this is the position 69. Yeah, why is 69? Because it's just the opposition as it would be normal. Yeah, Bad Girl's Bible. Because he has to turn everything around. The 9 is the opposition, also figuratively, from 6. So he has to take everything around. And what is the outcome of this position? Is no child. Sex is okay when it comes down to Satan, but it shall not give life. It shall destroy life. You should just have fun. Girls just want to have fun. And it's not just girls alone, of course. But this is just one example. Yeah? Yeah, Bad Girl's Bible. Come on. Yeah, if you don't see the purpose of it. Yeah? Yeah, you see, this is just Bad Girl's Bible. Yeah, this is animal behavior. Yeah, this is avoiding contact with the face. You don't see the other guy or girl. It's just about the lust. It has nothing to do with love. Yeah, It has nothing to do with love. And that's the problem, you see, that he wants to treat people like animals, that they are not aware of their spiritual component, that they are just downgraded as animals, animal behavior, do what thou wilt, and I have lust, and now, you see that animals are having sex too, but for fertility and for reproduction has nothing to do with big feelings, I can tell so far. Okay? So that is what Satan does. Satan wants to destroy life, and Satan wants to have that people have sex, but not the biblical way, that they have children, that they bear children. He wants to destroy the human mankind. That's it. It's in everything. If you like to read Proverbs 16:31, Brad.
Sure. And you know what the meaning of hoary is? It's Hoary. It is it's an old. I think it means old. So the hoary head is the crown of glory, if it be found in the way of righteousness.
Yeah. So people nowadays, they all try to color their hair because it's got gray hair and it looks so old, and so you see that it suits the people, yeah. But they don't get it, yeah. Listen, look at Proverbs 20:29.
The glory of young men is their strength, and beauty of old men is the gray head.
Yeah. But in our world, gray heads, no. Everybody is smearing ink into the, even 70, 80-year-olds are coloring their hair because they feel ashamed if they got gray hair. It's everything in opposition to the Bible. You have to really see that. It's in opposition to the Bible. Yeah, compare these old people here who look very friendly, yeah, to this young girls, and you see that they color everywhere, and it has nothing to do with natural things at the age. And I know of many old people who are ashamed of having gray hair. Women more than men, I can assure you. Much more. And it's the same thing around with the beard. You see that also a goat's beard, for example, can be a resemblance of people into this belief system. I have found some Gothic people, also in the satanic cults, who are wearing this kind of beard. Yeah. So you have to look how people are appearing, and you know them by their fruits, and how people are dressed, and how people wear their hair. For example, that men are supposed to have short hair. Sorry, women are supposed to have long hair and to cover the hair when it comes down to church service. Yeah, but people don't know that, and now we get to a serious fact: is lipstick, or anywhere around that. Yeah, lipstick. Yeah. Lipstick means, red means blood and sin. Yeah, our lips are natural red. Why do you need lipstick? Yeah. You see, the exoteric meaning is blood circulation. Yeah. So you are ready for someone to kiss. Okay, that you would think in the first place. Yeah. And you're ready for sex because you see that kissing starts, for example, sexual activities. Huh? So, but the exoteric meaning is quite another one. Yeah. So the exoteric meaning, I will give you in a few minutes. Yeah. But you see, another one is Leviticus 19:28. Yeah? For the people who are in service of the Lord, what does Leviticus 19:28 say? Right.
It says, "Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord."
Yeah.
But of course, here we have many examples of disobedience unto that. don't we?
Sure, this is a German couple who killed a friend by stabbing him apparently 66 times and claimed they had been acting on the orders of the devil. This is an official German law report. Yeah, yeah. You see, they have tattoos and yeah, inverted cross.
Yeah, they have pride, don't they?
Yeah, but I just want to point it out that you see that everything nowadays is against the Bible. Yeah,
Sure is.
the appearance is against the Bible. Okay. Even the daughter of Bob Geldof, the famous idea founder of Feed the World in 1980s with the concert, she has a tattoo of OTO, Ordo Templi Orientis, Aleister Crowley. Yeah. And Peaches Honeyblossom Geldof, she was raised in London. And the problem with her, for example, is she found dead in 2014. She died of a heroin overdose. Yeah? And she had expressed interested in Judaism and interested in OTO, describing as a belief system to apply to a day-to-day life to attain peacefulness. Peacefulness with Satanists. Really interesting. Huh? What a... yeah, what is this? Huh? And you see that there are so many deaths in the family of Geldof, you won't believe it. I'm not going that path. I think we have done it in David Bowie's sessions. Okay? Yeah, and you see that it's been promoted in the open. Rolling Stones, Sympathy for the Devil, Prodigal Son. It's been in the open. Rolling Stones say, hey, tattoo you. Yeah, that was 1980s even, 40 years ago. Yeah? And also Lady Gaga is tattooing herself. And not herself. She's wearing the tattoo of David Bowie. And we have been learned in Leviticus, yeah, that you shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead. And David Bowie is dead. Okay? So you can see it. You can judge them by the fruits. He would not have to have a tricreta to, no? Or a pentagram or what else? Yeah? Or a pentagram inside this very interesting sun symbol. Yeah, but the serpent was more subtle. The serpent was more subtle, and he lied. He said, "Oh, you shall not die if you touch the fruit and eat it. Yeah, you shall not die, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil." Yeah, that's all the lies of the world. Yeah, all the lies of the world presented by the serpent.
Well, you know, Michael, I wonder if it would have been that Eve rebuked the devil. I bet you anything that devil wouldn't have gave up on Eve. He would have kept going. He would have found a way eventually to convince her to do it. And guess what? Man's going to follow in Eve's suit because we're made that way. We are made to be weak. We have vulnerabilities. There is no such thing as infallibility, Michael, in terms of mankind.
No. We are fallen since the beginning, and nothing can help it, except the glory and the mercy of God.
There we go. That's what it's about. Yeah.
Jesus Christ said, "I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father but by me." So it has nothing to do with your works, and nothing to do with yeah. But you see, the main thing is Genesis 3:15, where the Lord God said the following, Brett.
And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel.
Yeah. And these are the two seeds, the righteous and the unrighteous one. Or the bride of Jesus Christ, which is the community of people, or the gathering of people, the amount of people following the commandments of God, and the whore of Babylon, the people, the whoremongers who are following the spiritual path of pagans, idolaters, etc., etc. These are two seeds. There is nothing more. There are no certain races and no. There are just two seeds, the bride and the whore, because in the last chapter it has been said that it is the bride, that the city has been decorated as the bride for the Lord or something like that. So it is the bride, which means she's married. Yeah, she's married and she does not fornicate with other faith, other belief systems. And the other seed is the seed of the unrighteousness. So you can say Cain and Abel, so the one who believes in God and obeys, and the other one who slays even his brother, who murders his brother, like the devil. The devil was a murderer from the beginning, John 8:44. So there are just only these two seeds. And everybody who is following these false pagan idols, like the Israelites who have followed the pagan gods and goddesses in the captivity in Babylon, in the captivity in Egypt, and even the so-called wise man Solomon, he was worshipping pagans or idols and images and false goddesses. And in every aspect, it is man fallen for the beauty of women, even in Solomon's case. And that's my point of seeing it. The people speak of the whore of Babylon as only a spiritual thing, but actually, when the Israelites were in Babylon, they must have been affected. They must have been affected with the idolatry and temple prostitution. So the whore of Babylon makes more sense than at first glance, Brad. I think. Thou shalt bruise his heel. When women especially are wearing high heels, it makes a distance when running, so they attract the attention. Look at here, I am very beautiful and I am a little bit higher than I used to be. Because I'm wearing high heels, someone wants to be higher.
It's funny, Michael, when you tap on the desk like that, it cuts your volume down because the tap is louder than your voice.
Yeah, maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's okay, but that's true.
They seek attention and improve slender looks. So the women seek attention so that they see that they are. I'm a woman. I'm in a reproductive age. Yeah, and so I attract the males that maybe I find someone who I get along with. Yeah, but you see, this high heels actually means that somebody wants to be higher and more important, and yeah. So it has nothing to do with humble yourself, huh? Okay, so next one. Yeah, just to see that it's also jewelry. Yeah, so that people who like to stand out, they like to have precious jewelry. If you think that in Ezekiel 28, Brad, also Lucifer was wearing jewelry and precious stones, something like that. It's very interesting. So they want to attract men or the other sex. Yeah, and also that symbol has nothing to do with Christianity. It has been misused for centuries. Yeah, actually, this is a death symbol. Yeah, this is the death of Christ. It had nothing to do with the Bible. Point is that you don't wear something like that because it just only depicts the death of Christ. Huh? The Bible tells us no images and idols. Yeah, this is an image of something which has to do with the death of Christ. If you like to worship Jesus Christ, you have to do it spiritually, but not with any material things. But this is mammon. Yeah, this is something jewelry. This is something which costs money. And if you are a fan of Jesus Christ, you don't wear a cross, because if you are a fan of JFK, John F. Kennedy, you don't hang the rifle around your bed, don't you?
Oh man.
Yeah, it's the same. You see that Jesus Christ was being killed on the cross, on the crucifix. Yeah, on the cross, not crucifix. Sorry, on the cross. Yeah, he died at the cross. Yeah, and John F. Kennedy died at this Carcano rifle, I think it is. So supposedly, yeah. So if you're a fan
of the official narrative, Mike,
the official narrative, yeah. So therefore you don't hang that cross around your neck, yeah. Same with nails, yeah. See the reference?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, my explanation. You can come up with your choice. Yeah. Same with eyebrows. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Same with eyebrows. You see, this is all the stuff what prostitutes used to wear.
Yeah.
And are using to wear.
Sure.
To attract people, that people fall for, and to deceive people. That is, that they look their outside. Oh, they are so shiny. They are so bright. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I call it Rome's antics, Michael.
Yeah.
You know what an antic is, right?
Yeah, and people follow. There's several shapes of eyebrows, like this, for example, here. Yeah, this is Osiris and Isis. Yeah, this is the same as the Alan Parsons project. Yeah, with the eye of Osiris. Yeah, so actually with her eyebrow, or her what, not eyebrow, this is with her eyeliner, I think it is. She's giving salute to a pagan god. And it also is depicted as Osiris and Iris. So you cannot tell me, oh, I don't know. It's
well,
not
you see, that's how it works, Michael. It's they get us while we're young, and we all have to follow suit because that's what everyone else is doing. See,
it's not against this women and in particular, or women in general. It's just I'm pointing it out.
Yeah, that's right.
Same with Rolling Stones with their tongue out and their lips. Tongue out is a symbol for, you guess it. They say they got their symbol from Kali, Indian goddess, and they may be right, but you see that Kali is often depicted with a snake, and the snake does what with his tongue? Yeah, correct. So there's a depiction of Satan as well, or the depiction of the snake. And you see here the twisted tongue, Rolling Stones is a trademark, so it's a copyright item. It's a registered trademark even. Yeah, and Kali is also a pagan god, so a violation of the first and second commandment. You see, Rolling Stone's sympathy for the devil, you know them by the fruits. Now we come to a delicate subject. These are the lips of a woman. To kiss somebody. Or maybe, in case of real love, or what else, yeah, they stick their mouth and tongue together. Okay? Okay. So if you approach the other sex on the same height, yeah, so the first thing which contacts are the noses, and then the mouth. And maybe if the woman has a certain shape, the breast, I don't know. But you see that the mouth goes to the mouth. That this is meant to be to kiss somebody on the mouth. Yeah, not the other way around. Not position 69. This is satanic. Sorry. Everything which is correct is how it was meant to be, and how it is with the reproduction, how to give birth to a lovely child, and not to have only lust or to try something else or what else. Yeah, but the lips of a woman, yeah, if they have flashy lipstick, it has another esoteric meaning, and this is the clitoris. Yeah, if you look at this, I have mirrored the image. Yeah, you see this is actually the same. If a prostitute wears lipstick, heavily lipstick, yeah, she actually makes visible that she has good blood circulation, that she is ready for sex to penetrate. That is what it is. That is what has been said to me when I was talking to these guys. Yeah, they said, okay, that even in German, the lips of the women are called, I don't know, that this is the labia minora. Yeah, it's even the female genitals are being called lips here in German. Yeah? So the Lord God says, be fruitful and multiply, not play, sorry, multiply. And Satan just says, do what thou wilt, just have fun, and please don't multiply. That's the thing. So the real thing would be something like the missionary position, because you can look at somebody and you make compliments to each other, and you kiss somebody on the mouth, and you hug somebody. And the satanic equivalent would be the doggy position, to get down to be an animal, avoiding any eye contact. Yeah. Yeah. And the natural intercourse is natural intercourse. The unnatural intercourse is the anal intercourse. Why it is? Because the natural intercourse happens in the birth channel. And the unnatural satanic intercourse happens there when death comes out. I hope I can make this point absolutely clear. Men and women are to be meant to have sex and love in conjunction. To spread, go thee, said the Lord, be fruitful and multiply. And sodomites, who are having male-male, female-female relationship or have no fertility at all because they're using abortion or contraceptives, etc., they avoid fertility. They avoid the commandment of God that we shall be fruitful and multiply. So the kissing is natural when it happens mouth to mouth, and unnatural when it happens not mouth to mouth, but in any other. You see what I mean? Not in the ear. It's absolutely okay to kiss somebody on the ear, yeah, or on the cheek, yeah, on the face in general, yeah, but it's unnatural when it's been misused. And pubic hair has also a certain, in my humble opinion, Brett, has also a certain advantage. Yeah, because it hides a bit of shame, yeah, and no pubic hair means, and now it's my interpretation, yeah, that somebody is open to be kissed everywhere, and this is also unnatural, yeah. It must be the reason, the cause where there is pubic hair. It didn't happen by accident. God had a plan for that. So pubic hair means that, oh, you're not supposed to kiss there, in my humble opinion, and to hide sensual points, okay, especially by the women. So in God's commandment, we have to be properly dressed. But in Satan's world, we have to improperly dress to be like a prostitute, because we prostitute in a physical realm when we have prostitute ourselves because we are following the whore of Babylon or the scarlet woman. Yeah, so just for fun and not for fertility. And so these are the two poles. It's love or hate. And hate means egoism. Hate means I don't love the other one. I'm just using him for my pleasure. So these are the two sides. On the first side, giving birth means giving life to a child. And on the other hand, abortion means the destroying of life. Yeah. So people are absolutely on the wrong path because we are so, that is also the same with males. Yeah, we fell for the things that are visible to the eyes. Oh, she looks so lovely. Oh, she has such a great voice. Oh, she has such a nice, what else? Yeah. Hair, what else? Yeah, but in occultism or Satanism, yeah, it's just for serving the purpose for your own lust, yeah. And also there are several demons called succubus, incubus, yeah. Also these things had all the things to do with sexuality, yeah. And so I think there is a reason why people shave their pubic hairs. And there is a reason for why sex turns to be out today as an egoistic thing, that just people are changing their partners so often because they are just focused on having a good time and not interested in the character of anybody. And I think on that bombshell, we shall close down that session. I hope that you will see that not very far-fetched, but you will make up your mind what actually sex was supposed to do. Now, sex was supposed to give life to a child. And I can assure you that children are the most beautiful things in this world when you have the opportunity to raise up a child and to watch childs, how happy they are and how innocent they are. My. Children are a gift of God. And on that, I would like to close it down. God bless. Maranatha, handing it over to my beloved brother Brett.
Well, thanks, Michael. Yeah, I think that we'll get right back into the depths of this topic, what Michael was alluding to in our next session, and apply it into the science being the new religion today. But certainly I find it rather sometimes uncomfortable to speak about these things in traditional circles. In the United States, they will be viewed that way. I can guarantee you that, Michael. So I hope we don't get too much flack for, doing these types of topics, but I can expect we will, because, you You get when you hang out with people that read the Bible, you get the holier than thou crowd, and most of the time, one would have arguments over things, and that's not the purpose here. That is not the purpose. The purpose here is to explain the condition of the world today, and you cannot do that without addressing the topics, Michael. So I want to thank you for taking the time, but I think we are late for an appointment that we have, and we got to get going. So Maranatha, till next time.